Okay, so today we are at the establishment, or many people will know this place as Alila Bangsar. So this location is very strategic because it enjoys the KTM and the train station just right connected over here. So let's go check this out. Okay, so this location itself enjoys a lot of tourism, right? Because of the strategic location and also because of the design is actually quite nice. So this is what we call a service apartment, which means that you can actually do short stay or all the Airbnb models. And essentially you can see a lot of expats or people that come here for work arrangements, right? They will stay over here and then after that they can use the public transportation over there. If not worse come to worst, you can actually use like this type of ride-hailings on the lobby itself. So quite a convenient and quite unique place. So let's go check it out because inside there's also a cafe that is actually quite nice. I've been before. And the whole building itself is actually quite well designed in a sense. Okay, so as I mentioned, right, Botanica and Co is also right in this development itself. So for the people that just comes and resides over here, right, every day you can enjoy nice cafe food. A bit expensive, a bit on the pricier side. If it's me, I would go for the mama or the Indian restaurants right over there. And over here, you can see there's a very nice concierge services. Basically for the residents, and also the other side is more on the commercial side. Okay, so the lobby itself is actually very nice because they use this rustic industrial kind of look, right? And you can see over here, it's actually pretty well maintained, especially for its age, right? And if you look at the overall theme, right, it really kind of resonates like a hotel vibe. It doesn't really give you that service apartment look. So you see all this design language over here, just gives you that very homely vibe that you're like in a hotel, you know? So coming here daily is actually quite nice when you're experienced, but obviously you need to stay here long enough to really understand what it feels like, right? So let's go check the unit and the facility right now. Okay, as you come over to the walkway, right, it's actually very nice because they have their logos over here. Okay, personally, I like this kind of thing. And then the walkway over here is wide enough, okay, you can see over here, and it's very well lit. Like it's actually very much light up, and then you don't feel like it's gelap and whatnot. Even though this is an area, a compound, right, it doesn't have much natural sunlight. So they use this type of plaster ceiling and LED lamps across the road. So it's actually very well done. Now coming here, you can see that most of the units also doesn't have any sort of grill door. And they're all just next to each other. And of course, you see cleaners here and there because majority of units are on the Airbnb basis, as you can see as well. So let's just go into the unit right now. Okay, so this is a very small unit, 486 square feet only. And the size of the unit is very good for maybe if you're somebody just starting off your career and you need to be in this particular location, right? I think area-wise, location-wise, very strategic because Mid Valley is not too far away, a lot of job opportunities over there. And then of course the train station is also connected in this particular building itself. So later we're going to walk to the train station just to kind of give you context of how close proximity it is, right? And I just see over here, right, the space itself is actually quite comfortable. Like to me personally, I quite enjoy this. I was even just asking Limon, right, hey, should we just take this as a office building unit, right? But if you look at the form factor from an honest perspective, just look at this. The mezzanine floor over here where you have your bedroom area, right, it's not really very high. The totality from this floor all the way to the sitting up here is about 13 plus feet only. So when I go up here, I'll show you real quick, right? And this is not very friendly for the people of age, right? Because the floors are rather sempit, okay? Here also rather sempit, and this is rather high, not your regular setting of stairs. And you come up here, you see, okay guys, I want to let you all know. Now you all know my height. I'm not very tall. I'm only about 170 cm, right, or centimeters, 5'7". And you can see my hair sudah sampai the ceiling already. So it's not really like the tallest design, okay? So if you're somebody that is maybe about 5'8", 5'9", and above, right, you got to like this already. Okay. But this is pretty nice. Personally, I like the design theme, which is very minimalistic. And also having the track lights up there, right, gives you that vibe, like what I mentioned before, right? track lights gives you the ability to actually play with how the lighting is, and it gives you the sort of tone and mood lah, which I personally enjoy lah. So yeah, I can definitely see myself just chilling over here after a long days of work, right? You just see outside, quite nice also. So for a fairly small unit, right, they actually give you quite a sizable balcony area. And this balcony area over here, you can dry your clothes and whatnot, right? And the view from this direction is not the most pleasant because on the right hand side there, there's a bit of a cemetery going on. And over here, interesting story that was just shared to me by the owner just now. This plot of land was actually also wanted to be sold, wanted to be bought up by this particular developer to develop the whole place lah. But this seller back then didn't want to sell the property, and now it's just like a jungle over there lah. So they had a bit of issues with DBKL coming over because everybody just started throwing trash, right? And now this place completely paved up already, and now it become like a mini forest over there. So balcony, as I mentioned, is quite sizable, and that is also the case for the kitchen, right? You can see over here they have a little kitchen island over here where you can actually communicate with the guests when they're here lah. So essentially kitchen space is actually also quite wide. And this is by no means a big condo, right? As I mentioned, it's only 400 plus square feet. And you can see over here, you can have all the electrical appliances, you know, gas stove, electric stove, sorry, the hood and hob. Everything is literally situated on this side over here, which is ample enough space to do a proper cooking lah. And the toilet just now when I went also is actually quite sizable. You see over here, this toilet here is actually quite big. It's by no means a small toilet lah. So I think quite convenient, quite nice also. And the cabinets over here, the owner has already done up a built-in cabinet lah, which my belief is also by the developer actually. So yeah, I think this particular unit itself, right, if you are looking to stay here on an Airbnb or like even potentially buy this place, right, it's pretty decent actually, especially for the price and the location itself lah. So this is quite funny because it actually has a cautious fall hazard when you stairway, right, like I mentioned just now lah. This is the lift lobby and we're waiting to go see the facility on level 9 itself. And then later we'll go to level 1, which is the link bridge to the train station as well. Level 9 is where your pool, gym, games room, lounge and function room. And then level 1 is the train station, the link bridge. Okay, so facility floor. Oh, pretty nice. I see that they have a pool over here that is like an infinity pool. This side of things actually faces towards the Conley building over there, or I would say Brickfields area. And it looks like they have a lot of these little patios over here for you to just chill and relax lah. So you can see today is actually a Tuesday, and you can see there are people actually using the facilities as of right now also lah. So the library room is over here. Let's just quickly check it out. Seems like a pretty sizable library area. I think people are using this space for their work. But overall, I think the facility area, main highlight over here is just a swimming pool. Okay, for this one over here, they use the plastic type. And the worst that can happen for plastic one is just this type of minor chip lah. So it's much better than using those wooden type one. And then over here, I noticed something that is quite nice. I believe this is actually where the kids pool is at. So situated over here, you can easily see the view of the train station that is connected to the development itself lah. So as I pointed out earlier, right, the worst that could happen for plastic bunya is just that it pops out like this. It's not very concerning, it doesn't scratch anybody, and you can very easily just replace that quickly lah. So over here you can see the train stations that are the main highlight for this development. And as we speak over there, right now the train is on its way. And there you go, that's the train right there, literally coming over to the stop that you can actually walk to directly. And a lot of people use this place for temporary need of space, right, because of the convenience of the location itself lah. So as I mentioned many times, right, this train station actually brings you all the way to Abdullah Hukum, which is where your Mid-Valley Mega Mall is at, and there's a lot of job opportunities over there lah. So this location-wise is actually very strategic, assuming you can accept the fact that this is a rather old punya area lah. And also on the adjacent side of things, is also not to say the nicest part of town because it's Brickfields punya area, and it's also a bit of a questionable squatters place lah. Okay, now we are at the games room, and I see there's quite a lot of things going on over here. You got a little foosball table, very nice. Looks like it's pretty well maintained even though it's 6 years old. And more importantly, they even have a ping pong table, which guys, I'm actually not a pro. You can do it! So I like the fact that you even have the ping pong bats and also the ping pong ball lah. Coming to the gym, wow, I wasn't expecting such a big gym over here. So the gym wise, looks pretty well maintained and also looks like you have most of the equipments you would expect from commercialized gym lah. And you can see that there's also very heavy weights that you could put a good workout, and they even have standing fan over here lah. So the gym wise, definitely sizable enough for you to put in a good workout. But I feel that a lot of the windows over here are not in the best condition lah. They're a bit frosted up over time, right? And you can see over here it's a bit cantik sangat again. And my belief is because they use this type of railings over here, they actually expected the runners or the flowers or the trees and whatnot to actually just kind of cripple up, right? But in this case, probably it did not, and that's the reason why it looked pretty not so nice lah. Gym-wise, I think it's quite sizable, very good for a good workout lah. Okay, and coming to the male changing room that I'm missing. But the male changing room, I saw a sauna room over here, which is my personal favorite, right? But wow, okay, sizable sauna room. Very nice. I think the sauna room has been used quite a fair bit as well because of all the guests that comes over here. Okay, so this particular development itself, I think is quite strategic because of the location itself lah. And bear in mind, right, that beautiful building over there, that is the one that we have been to last time. It's Central Suites, which is in KL Sentral lah. So this side over here, if you walk further down straight, right, it's actually towards Little India already. And of course, Little India means that you have a lot of good food, right? So location-wise, it's something that is very convenient for people that is on a short-term basis lah. So if you need to look for a place for Airbnb and you want public transportation, you want decent food, then this is a location that you should consider. Also bear in mind, right, this particular location is very close to Mid Valley, as I mentioned just now. It's only like one station away lah. So if you're somebody working in those areas also, you can consider staying here or renting here as well. Okay, so we just came down from the lift lobby and now we are walking our way to the link bridge lah. And according to the owner, sometimes there's also going to be homeless people that's staying there lah. So be a bit careful, be a bit mindful, but this is basically it lah. So very convenient, literally walk down, just go. And literally this is it, you know, less than 50-meter walk and you are already at the link bridge itself. So link bridge over here is always greeted with a guard over here that would tap at you, right? And look, this is the link bridge to the train station. So we're not going to walk over there, but essentially just want to let you know how close it is in walking proximity lah. Then you can come back to your residence, Alila or EST, then just scan and come back in. Okay, so overall, I think this particular development for its current market price, right, is still acceptable. And the unit that we saw just now, I was just told that it's actually up for sale also lah. So they are selling it at what they purchased for, if I'm not mistaken, about 560,000 for that 400 over square feet layout. So representing about almost 1,000 plus per square feet lah. In my opinion, ada mahal sikit because of the price and from the form factor. And this is also a rather dated vineyard condo lah. This is easily 4 years or 6 years old condo. So it's up to you to decide whether you think this particular property is for you or not.